Well, if you've followed me for some time, or maybe you've known me, you're probably not wondering to yourself, Vince, why did you sell the camper? That little camper was so cute. It was a cool little living space if you ever needed. It was super cute. We love it. Why did you sell it? Well, the truth is, I mean, this is really hard to open up about, actually. So if you're hearing this, I don't want to make you sad. But basically, I wanted to make a bigger one. Madagascar reference. So I decided to buy a 2005 Ford E150 Super Duty heavy cargo van. And let me give you a little tour of the before and the after. So because I have my trusty GoPro selfie stick, so there's the top of it. I picked it up for a very good price. It's only got 104,000 miles. Hence, this was one of the reasons why. It wasn't in a car accident, but I am going to be able to replace the doors from the junkyard fairly easily. And this is the truck. So it's on to the next thing, the bigger and better things. And this is going to be really fun. So let me give you a tour of the inside. Alrighty, there's the inside. How do you like that? So the camper was a 8 foot by 6 foot and 4.5 feet at the maximum height. This is 4 foot 7 inches on the height. The length is about 10 feet, and you still got a tad over 6 foot on the interior. So there's an insane amount of space in here. Plus, you can drive this cross country in your nice little comfy seats. Now, there's much cleaning to be done. There's much work to be done. Much framing out, insulation. You know it. You know the works. Or do you know the works? I don't know. But I tell you what, I'm going to show you what those works are, and we're going to have a lot of fun. So I do real estate. That's my main thing, right? But I'm a man of many talents and of many things. Maybe not talents. Maybe this will not work. Who knows? But I believe that is going to be absolutely incredible. And stay tuned. Stay tuned for the camper van. It's going to be fun. Well, YouTubers, TikTokers, and all the above, we got insulation, we got the stuff for the floorboards, we got some framing, we got some good stuff to get a nice bass on this van. And I don't mean bass like music. I mean like bass for the camper, like sleeping. All right. Well, that was an unproductive day one, but at least I have everything here now. Hip hip hooray. All right, let's go. And look, we're already to the next day. So it's not absolutely perfect, but that's okay. We're gonna make it perfect. And in reality, I'm not gonna stress too much because it will work. It will, you know, I want to get the tightest fit we possibly can. This is kind of just a rough draft. So like I know that when I'm cutting, I'm gonna leave a little bit more, cut a little bit less off over there on this far end. Same thing, just kind of widen that out a little bit. So next is the insulation, and again, it doesn't have to be perfect, but I want to try and get it as perfect as I can because those may be the template for the actual hardwood floor. So now that I kind of got it in place, I'm just going to take a marker and then make those corrections like I wanted to do. And this is a little bit longer than the box, so I'm not going to get a perfect cut here, but we're going to try. And you know, it really doesn't have to be perfect, but you want to do it the best you possibly can. So make sure you, if anyone's watching this and they're thinking about doing it, just make sure you take, you know, extra time. Don't be in a rush. See, I'm kind of in a rush, but I'm going to slow my roll because if anything, excuse me, sneezing. But if anything, you got to remember that this is the base. This is your foundation. And if you hurry up on the foundation, stuff like that, it's not going to be very good. So, with that being said, let's go get the marker. Well, that made a bit of a mess. I actually ended up using a serrated kitchen knife because they make these insulation knives that are supposed to, that's what you're supposed to use for it, but anyways, well, we'll give it a shot. Let's see what happens. See if it fits in there correct. Wow. Pretty good, but I did kind of screw up one part. Alright, so to fix it, very, very simple. I just took part of the part that I had accidentally cut out extra, and then, oh, I just stabbed it. That's not good, but just kind of filled it in there. So now it is very nice, perfectly fit. So we want to get as close as we can, and again, that is just going to be a piece of extra regardless. But so now we have a very, very good template. I don't know about very good, but we got a pretty decent template for our wood floor. And remember too, I'm not putting any of this in right now. Like, we're just fitting all the pieces together, making sure it's good. Then we're gonna glue the board on, and then we're gonna. All right, so we're actually very fortunate. The foil, when it's facing an air gap, adds an extra R1, which is like, you know, the insulation like rating value, whatever. Keep in mind, you have these little grooves and stuff like that, so this is exactly how we want to have it. This is perfect. Now let's get this side and that little strip at the front. First things first, I want to take this thing out, but there's no screws. It's held on by like a weird little fins on the bottom. I'm not gonna film it. I'm just gonna get it out somehow. Probably punch holes through it, and not that sounds very aggressive, but like just punch it through and it should be okay. Yeah, so pretty easy. I just took a big spike, a hammer, popped those screws through. Just if you're doing this, make sure you pick up the screws. Even though they're not quite screws, they're more like, I don't know what they are, but if you're gonna do that, yeah, just make sure you pick them up so you don't run them over with your car. Anyways, back to scheduled programming. Also, I just want to say too, like, any extra pieces you have, make sure you save them. You never know what you could like do with these, or like where you could like, where you're gonna need just like that, oh, I wish I had that extra little bit of insulation. Like, for instance, you could put it in the doors. You could like, I'm not saying it's gonna be a perfect seal, but if it's either that or nothing, I mean, might as well. So I think once I get this all done, you know, I'll do, this is of course when I get the wood cut and everything, which is down the road a little bit, but just to do some of that foam sealing gap stuff, to be able to put there, just to, you know, try and make it as sealed as I can. It's not going to be perfect, but if you get the majority, you know, it'll be nice. So I want to show you guys something. Do you see this? Did you see it? All right, you just saw horses. So go ahead and get your sawhorses. And we're gonna take the wood, we're gonna set it on top. We're gonna take our little templates, in other words, you know, our insulation, which is all fitted in there nice and perfect. And we're gonna use it to draw on the wood. And so we went ahead, took our board, went over the trace with the marker, exactly where we want it. And we did a little extra room like we were thinking about doing. So now we take the jigsaw, cut out those two parts, and that should be ready to fit in there.
Holding me back, gravity's holding me back. I want you to hold out the palm of your hand. Why don't we leave it at that? Nothing to say, but everything gets in the way. Seems you cannot be replaced, and I'm the one who will stay. In this world, it just us. And now it's not the same as.
Alright, so here is how all the cuts have turned out. I'm very, very happy with it. If I get my camera correct. So all along the cuts pretty perfectly. What's up, gang? It's another day of building the van, And I didn't quite get it on the footage, but if you'll see, there's these little aluminum or like foil looking things on the walls, and those are actually like sound. It's a sound insulator, so it's not as echoey in here, because when I was driving, man, it just sounded so loud back here. But since putting these in, it just absorbs the batteries are struggling, but basically it makes a world of difference having that. So basically I'm going to now glue down the wood onto the insulator. Keeps cutting out, but I'm going to liquid nails the wood onto the insulation and then use sheet metal screws, just a few, to help. So this is the part where Vince Nardi says, you know what, I was wrong, my thinking was wrong here. And this is one of those times. So instead of building out the frame and trying to fit insulation in between and then like trying to glue it to the wall, which you can do, I think it's almost better to just like get these squares, aluminum, foil them like, you know, together like the tape, and then just screw directly over it. Like, why wouldn't you? There's less gaps, it's more like seamless. I just feel like that would be kind of a good idea here. Maybe I'm wrong again, I don't know. The ceiling's gonna be easy. The ceiling, we just put it up there and glue it. Like that's all there is to it. It's the walls that I'm like, well, you know, maybe I should just do like the whole cutout and then just screw it in with 1.5 inch, like, you know, sheet metal screws. It seems like it'd be. Quick little update, I'm sorry, but basically just cut the foil to the size, shove the foam wherever you can, and there we go. The framing insulation is done, and the foil you just put wherever you can't really put the foam. So I think we did really good. I still got to do a little bit here, but it's fine. Next thing is solar panel, ceiling fan, so we can put our lengthwise shiplap ceiling. What's up guys, Phil Swift here, and to show you the power of Flex Seal, I just sawed a hole in my roof. Let's make it bigger.
I got my head out the sunroof, I'm blasting our favorite tunes. I only got one thing on my mind. You got me stuck on the thought of you. You're making me feel brand new. You're more than a sunshine in my eyes.
I just sawed a hole in my van to show you the power of Flex Seal. Oh my goodness, after many metal and paint slivers, here we are. So a little tip too, like once you've got the cutout done and it's just like you got like, oh, I gotta fit the edges in, just crimp it to the inside so it's nice and smooth on top, so you can put your beautiful tape to keep it from, you know, getting all messed up. But my goodness, here's a view from the top. So I'm gonna go back to Home Depot. This is basically what I'm building. So on that side is like done, ready to be screwed. It's a beautiful day. Let's go get the wood. Let's go get the wind. So guys, I'm putting the ceiling in. This is absolutely my most favorite touch. And yeah, it looks so nice. It's also 12:30 at night, so if somehow any of my neighbors see this. Sorry guys, I haven't been filming much. The floor's not down, I just kind of laid it down. But bed frame is in. I was gonna put white paneling over and I'm like, no way. There's no way I'm gonna do that. This looks amazing. So this is kind of what's going on right now. It looks so nice. So I have not been filming as much as you would like, but basically the van is pretty much done. Yes, we've come a long way. I think the last time you saw, we had bed frame, we had floor, we had panels, but oh, and we had the ceiling. The solar caused so much trouble because look, the next build I do, which may be soon, I'm gonna show you guys how to better handle the solar. The thing is, I didn't quite know as much as I thought I knew about solar. And I was using these portable power stations which have like a voltage limit. It's actually pretty wide, but yeah, for what I want more. But anyways, let me give you a little tour of the van, and then we can go through some of the stuff like plumbing because of the sink, and yeah, we'll go from there. Welcome home. So I'm actually fully moved in. And so what's great about this is that what happens when you go to the beach? Your feet get dirty, right? There, rinse your feet off. And it's full power, full everything. So this is a little farmhouse style sink we got going on. We've got the bed with plenty of storage underneath because the bed frame on the edge here, if you can see it, as you know, we built it to have hinges. So got a lot of storage underneath right now. Sweatshirts, jackets, you name it. Here's my little closet. Of course, all my clothes are in there. Would you believe that's what a closet's for? And then right next to it is just some stuff I have, but you can use, I plan on maybe building like a little pantry there, because then you've got your refrigerator. So here's a cool thing. I used blackout curtains from Amazon. It was 15 bucks. And then you get like a marine snap-on kit here. And I just kind of went through because this is going to give you insulation, but more than anything, it's going to give you privacy. Now, if you turn a swivel seat, maybe I would get window covers up there, so then it just opens up the whole thing. But for now, I'm going to do this, and I really like it. Another option for that space could be to hang your clothes, like put a hook right there. But again, for now, I'm just gonna put these back up like so, and then boom, we're good. So what are some of the things that I've done? Well, obviously, I put the mattress on, put the bedding on. Doesn't look quite phenomenal. Got that from Facebook, but I can try and put links to things if you guys want. You can get that on Amazon for $120. I got it on Facebook for like $60. Mini fridge, they'll run you about $200 if you want a decent one. That one I got off of Facebook for 75 bucks. And again, you can repurpose all this stuff, guys. So as you notice, this is another thing I did. So we just shoved the extra insulation we had in the door. Put this type of insulation. It's like that aluminum bubble wrap kind of looking stuff. Then I built the wood slabs across it. Now what you'll notice is why does this have a little ledge, Vince? Well, I'm about to show you. Come with me as we go through why I did that. So the reason I did that, let's do this. See, how do we all like that? Do we like that, guys? Okay, we like that. Yeah, never mind. I was gonna make a joke, but we're not gonna go there. So the reason I did that is I got a table off Facebook. I said I can repurpose this as a cooking station. So that's why the ledge is there. I gotta get a bracket so that way this slides in here. But you're gonna get the GG right now, the general gist. So that way you're able to cook, and then you have like your sink, you have your tabletop, so that way you can put your, I just have a single electric burner and a few pots and pans, so that way I can like cook tacos and stuff. So see the setup? Isn't that quite nice? So that way you can cook, wash your hands, and then when you're done, I just put this back under like so. Shut the door. And yes, that's another thing I did, guys. I added some little locking things, because when you're driving, it's going to be going everywhere. That's also why I did like an L shelf bracket, because you don't want your water going everywhere and sliding around. So when I'm about to drive, I do take the soap, I put it in here. Or you can put it underneath, whatever you want. I'm not picky. Or maybe I am. So yeah, then when you're done, I take the table, I put the leg back over there, I wedge this back in there, and we're done. We've put our cooking space away. So it's pretty cool. So next I'll show you guys, besides the door, because it's already done. Basically just, what I want you guys to imagine too is, imagine parking by the mountains and waking up one day and you're like, mountains. But right now we've got Mustang and busy street, maybe a few palm trees. Not the best, but you know, it's still kind of cool. So let me just hop back in like a ninja, and it's pretty cool, right? So when you come back here, it's just, oh my goodness, so nice. So I thank you, Busy Car. I hope you guys liked this video. I hope you liked the build. If you have any questions, reach out. Make sure you, I mean, what do all the famous like Instagram, TikTok, or YouTubers say? They're like, follow, subscribe, click the little bell, comment down below, follow me. Do what you want to do. If you want to learn how to do this, but if you also want to learn how can you make money with real estate, maybe you just want to buy something or you don't know how the process goes, that's an even better thing. I will answer questions for that as well. We do everything over here at Vince Nardi Real Estate, don't we? At least we think we do. Well, that's all, folks. We'll see you on the next build, or the next video, or maybe in person, or maybe not at all. Maybe you watch this video and you don't like it. Well, okay, I guess we'll see you then. My GoPro is exceptionally rude. All right, folks, that is all. Goodbye, and thank you for watching the build of Vince Nardi's camper van.